This is Masterminds of Influence, and I am Maggie Mahlaule. One of the problems we have as a country is the issue of substance abuse, particularly drugs, different kind of drugs. So today, my guest is someone who has been there, done it all, redeemed himself. Let me not go into deeper details because he is here to tell you more. Welcome, Joseph Morailane.
Thank you, Prophet Maggie. I usually call you Prophet Maggie. I don't use the other name. I call you Prophet Maggie.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the best way to pronounce it for me. So it's also good for me to be here. Thanks for having me. I really thank you so much for this opportunity.
And we actually met in a very awkward way. I was actually not even looking for you. Remember how?
Yeah, I remember how we met, and I said to you, the way we met. Some other things, it's beyond our control. When God is involved, there are sense. I don't know how to put it. When God is involved, we can plan to do this, but God decides whether it's going to happen or not.
Yes.
And the timing of God, it's always perfect.
It's always perfect.
Yeah, the timing of God is always perfect.
Always perfect.
As always.
It's always perfect. Yeah. From that moment we've been talking, and here we are sitting today. And I'm very excited because I know a little bit of your story. I had the audio also that you had some recording in an interview in another radio station. So I'm very excited to be sitting with you today to actually come and hear these very inspiring stories. But let's start it here. Who is Joseph and where are you from?
Okay, Joseph comes from Soweto. His mother is his mother was a teacher at Soweto. His father used to work at Telkom. So Joseph was so lucky to have a father who raised him and a mother who also raised him. So, like I said, I come from Soweto.
Yes.
Both my parents come from Soweto. So when time goes...
So the parents were also born or grew up in Soweto?
Yeah, grew up in Soweto. Okay. So my mother is from Naledi.
Oh, okay.
My father is from Lapo.
Oh, okay.
So they met, bought a house in Protea Clan, later moved again to Kagiso. So when time goes, family matters. So my dad pulled himself out of the relationship. I don't know for what. So he decided to go back at Protea Clan. So while I was growing up, sometimes I'm with my mother, sometimes I'm with my father. Sometimes I'm with my mother, sometimes I'm with my father.
So you were basically raised by both parents, even though they had separated at that moment.
Yeah, they separated, but I was raised. But then my favorite person by that time was my father.
Why? Why your father? Because with boys, they're more attached to their mothers. Why specifically your father?
Because my dad, my father would spoil me.
I thought as much.
I was too spoiled, and I was too spoiled to that extent. It even caused a problem between my mother and my father. Because even my mother used to complain to my dad, the way you spoil this child, tomorrow is going to be a problem.
But then spoiled in which way before you continue? Spoiled in which way? Anyway, you got everything you wanted. If you want a BMX, those days of BMX, you get it.
Yeah. That's how I was spoiled. And then by that time, while we were growing up, in the township, how it is. If you have everything, they call you by names. This is a cheese boy.
Cheese boy.
Yeah,
yes.
That's how, and I loved it when people call me cheese boy.
I loved
it. Yeah, I loved it the way people call me cheese boy. That's how I lived. You see. So apparently, when time goes, my mother saw, this is too much. The way you're doing for this kid, it's very, very, very too much because tomorrow is going to become a problem, and when it becomes a problem, you won't be involved. I'm the one who's going to be left with that mess. So please don't go an extra mile for this one. So my dad was like, you won't tell me how to raise my kids.
Yeah.
So and I knew my dad, he doesn't want anything with me. He always he's always by my side. So I remember this other day, I was at this multiracial school in Kulimberg. It was a primary school. So during the weekends, I used to go to my dad. Maybe I'll go on Friday and come back on Sunday. So when I go to my dad maybe will give me transport money, will give me school fees money, will give me money for computer.
So he gives to you, not to mama?
He gives it to me.
Sure. How old were you then?
I was like probably 11, 12.
Sure.
Yeah, because I was still in grade 6 by that time. So he would give me transport money, he would give me computer money, he would give me school fees money, he would give me pocket money, and he would give me also money for me to buy at school. It's two different things, né? Pocket money and the money for school.
What is the difference?
The pocket money is the one I spend when I'm at home. And there's a lunch money that I spend while I'm at school. So probably
you were a serious cheese boy.
So by that time, and then I remember this that day. And then when I went home, like, you know what I would do? I'll just take the school fees money and give it to my mom.
Oh, okay.
And then like probably maybe my dad would say, okay, this one is for a grocery. Give it to your mom as well. And then I'll give my mom that one for the grocery. And my mom will ask me like, where is the pocket money? I know your father gave you pocket money. I'll say, yeah, he gave me. I only have maybe $50
But how much are we talking about?
I'm still going there. Like, I'm still going there. Like, I want to I'm still going there. By that time, it was probably around 2006, 2005. Close to if I'm not lying, if I'm not mistaken, if I can remember well. Yeah, he would give me probably 4,000 for everything.
Sure.
Then I'll pay maybe school fees at school, then get the sleep, pay the transport money. And like my dad, maybe by that time the transport was probably 150. And maybe my dad maybe will say, okay, this is 350 for the transport money. So I know I'm paying 150 for the transport money and the 200 is also mine. So when time goes, like I'm at school, then I have this 100 rands on me. There's this other guy, he's at the shop with this other lady. So this girl, like she has a torn 20 rand. She wants to buy with that torn 20 rand. So while she's in the queue at school, they grab that 20 rand. And then after grabbing that 20 rand, she's like, who took my money? Like, they all just look at her and laughed at her. Then she went to the office and complained. Then after, the person who took that money buys with that money. After buying with that money, what happens? I come with the 100 rand as well. I come to buy. After buying, I receive the change with that girl's 20 rand.
The torn 20 rands.
It's with me now.
Yes.
So this girl like is complaining, and then the principal is at the assembly, like he's addressing this issue of stealing. So this boy's like, okay, they're my friends. They go to the principal and tell me, no, Joseph is the one who took that money. He has so many 20 rands on him. No, call Joseph for me. I'll go like that, then go to the storeroom like, there's this girl. Like, did you take this girl's 20 rand? No, sir, I didn't take that girl's 20 rand. Then this guy says, no, say he has that money. Say, you know, the money that I have, it's mine. My dad gave it to me. I never said my dad gave it to me. I said my mom gave it to me. Then like I pull out that money in my pockets, like this are the coins. This is the money this side. Then I put it all on the table. And then the principal is like, whose money is this? It's
so
mine.
Much money.
Yeah, so much money. No, it's mine. Where did you get it? My mom gave it to me. No, let me call your mom. He calls my mom. Hello, ma'am, how are you doing? I'm good. Yeah, I'm with Joseph here. I want to know, how much did you give Joseph? And like my mom will ask, I didn't give Joseph no money.
Because he really didn't give you any money?
Yeah, she didn't give me any money. Like, I didn't give Joseph any money. And then, where did he get this money? And then my mother says, probably his father gave it to him because during the week, he was at his dad's place. Call his father. And then you know what the principal did? He hanged up. And then he moved out of the storeroom. He was teaching the
storeroom.
It's a classroom combined with a storeroom. The storeroom is where they put the books and So it has a space. So we are in that storeroom by that time. So he'd come out on that storeroom and then addresses the class.
The class, yes.
I just called Joseph's mother, and then I asked him about this money, and his mother said he doesn't know anything about his money. And the class like, yo, like it seems like, okay, where did he get this money? He stole it. Like, I'm not panicking, I'm just relaxed. I know they're gonna call my father. They call my dad. How are you? Say, like, I'm good. Yeah, you speaking to Mr. Harma? Says, yeah, I was calling you regarding Joseph. Yeah, what about him? How much did you give him? Then my father addressed it well. I gave him this amount of money for school fees. I gave him this amount of money for computer lessons. Yeah, he tells him the whole story. Then when Mr. Harma says check that money, it's even more. There's the slip for the computer. There's the slip. I still have the slip. The slip for the computer, and I still have the slip for the school fees. There's the money on the table. He packs it well. And there's the 20 rand of that girl.
Ish.
And this girl says, my 20 rand, it's tons. And there's that 20 rand. And then, where did you get that 20 rand, Joseph? Instead of saying, you know what, I bought with 100 rand, then they gave me this change. I didn't take it. I lie. I say, my friend gave it to me. Who's your friend, Nobile? And then I involved somebody else. Then they called Nobile, and then it became an issue there. They took that 20 rand back.
But why did you lie?
Like, I was so scared.
Were you starting to panic?
Yeah, I was panicking. Like, I was panicking to that extent. Like, he was so strict, that principal. Like, he was so strict. Like, I was so scared of him. So when I got home, like, my mom, she's waiting for me. And she asked me, like, Joseph, please give me that money. I know you have it. They took it. They took it all at school.
The principal took all of it?
I'm lying.
Oh, okay.
Like,
so the principal gave it back to you?
The principal took that 20 rand and gave it to that girl.
Oh, okay.
There's a 20 rand. And then the whole school is like, okay, Joseph stole that money. Stole that girl's 20 rand. Like, I'm so ashamed of myself right now. Like, I'm still dizzy. Like, okay, and then you get home. Like, my mom asked me, like, where's that cash? Give it to me so I can hold it for you, so I can manage it well for you. Like, nah, the principal took it. I don't have nothing.
You're actually forgetting Mama can call the principal to say, can I please get that money back?
But she was not like that. Like she wouldn't call the principal.
Kana, she was a teacher as well.
She was a teacher as well. Like, okay. Like, by looking at me, she knew, like, the problem is already started.
Mothers know it all.
Calls my dad again. Then after calling my dad, by that time we didn't have access to cell phones. I still remember there was this containers. I went to the CLC container, paid that 1 rand, call my dad, like, yeah, these people are against me. My mom wants my money because she wants to do her things with that money. You see what I'm doing now?
You're starting the fire between the parents.
Yeah, I'm starting the fire, and I'm causing a chaos. I'm causing chaos. And by that time, like, I'm not aware, like, what am I getting myself into? Like, I'm just messing everything up. Okay, time goes by, and then, okay, like, my dad's this other time, like, I'm still in Quebec. Remember, like, I'm corrupt at school, like.
But what were you doing in terms of corrupt? What
corruption? Like, we gamble at school.
So because of the money that the parents have given you now.
Like, and there was this friend of mine called me Mobile, like him. The very same situation I'm in, he's also in that situation. His parents are also separated.
Sure.
He also get his money from where? From his father. And like, me and him, like, are competing, like, who's the best cheese boy, like, at school. If I buy something, he also buys it. Like, and we are friends. We also gamble at school. Like, there was this period that we liked the most, HSS. It was Mr. Fente's class by that time. Like, we knew if it is Mr. Fente's period, we don't attend. We are attending a class, but we are not focused. We just play Zwipi. We are gambling.
Mr. Fender couldn't see that you guys are
Mr.
playing.
Fender would see, but he's always shouting at us, chasing us outside. Like, we were such a problem to that extent. And, like, it was funny to us. It was nothing wrong.
Yeah, I think kids don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah, it was nothing wrong. Like, it was so funny. The way, like, the way he becomes so angry. It was so funny to us. Like, nothing was wrong, you see. So this other time, Mrs. Pauls calls me, like, why are you behaving like this? You're such a good boy. Do this and this and this. Okay, ma'am, yeah. I'll do that.
But academically, how are you performing?
I was performing very well, very well, very well.
Hence, the teacher was saying you're such a,
Yeah, and then it became to a point whereby I started hanging around with bigger people now, because this one's like my own age.
Older in ages.
My own group. Like I don't feel them anymore. I started hanging out with the big ones now.
So in higher grades or township?
We are still in school. Everything started to change while I'm in school.
What grade was it?
I was like probably in grade 6. Like I'm starting to hang out with the grade 7s. So by the time while I'm in school, like they call me via an intercom. So they gave me. I went to the office. Then there's Mrs. Pauls. Okay, Joseph, please give this to your parents.
What was that?
It was a transfer letter.
Okay.
Like, okay, it's a transfer letter. Next year, we won't be having you at the school.
So they told you that?
Yeah, they told me direct, like, this is the transfer letters. There are 3 schools that you must choose. You only choose one. So give it to your parents. They'll go through it. Then after they made a decision, they'll see which school they are referring you to.
But what kind of schools were those? Who should, kind of schools that should actually accept you when they don't want you in the school?
Yeah, that's why they said they're taking me to a special school. I'm still going there. You know what they did, on that transfer letter, because the district of that side was D2. There's no school around D2 that is going to accept me because of what is written on the transfer letter. So by that time, I don't know. I just took those papers and then I tear them apart, put them in the dustbin. Like, I'm not going there. Come December, we are going to get the reports. Got my report. It says what? It says pass. Remember? And by that time, like there were these school bags. By that time, they were in a fashion. They carry more school bags. So I'm going with my dad. Like, I bought that school bag because he promised me, like, if you pass, like, I'm going to buy that bag. And I'm not telling him anything. Remember?
And on the report, didn't they write anything?
No, on that report, like everything, it's been written on the transfer letter. And that transfer letter has its own papers. It has everything.
Sure.
Turn those papers, threw them in the dustbin. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not going anywhere. Next year, Pella, I'm in grade 7. I'm a senior.
We're talking about a 12-year-old.
And I'm doing 13. By that time, like, I remember I failed. So I was doing 14 years. Yeah, I was 13 years by that time. So after that, here I am. I'm not telling my mother anything. And remember, I'm still with my mother. It's December. I'm going to my dad. Remember, if you pass anything, you know it's on me. And a true story. I passed. It's promoted. I'm happy. My dad did everything for me. And you know what my father did, He went, he's going to a pension. But that time, it does not qualify for him to go to a pension. But you know what? He resigns at work. He takes all his packages. Okay. After taking all his packages, he pays the house off. After paying that house off, his first words, like, everything that I'm doing it for you. He buys a caravel. This caravel that I'm buying it so it can maintain you. Whatever I'm doing it for you. So
caravel, the ferre, we called it ferre, the taxi.
Yeah, that taxi, the caravel, the kumbi one. Yeah, so that kumbi is going to it's going to fetch children from school. Remember, everything, it has to maintain me.
But before you continue, what about the other siblings? How many siblings did you have, or do you have?
From my father's side, we are 5. I'm the 4th one. Then the last born is Busiso, he's from Lombardy. But I'm actually the favorite son.
Yeah, because I can tell it's like everything.
I'm the favorite one. From my father's side, they could see that, like, he is the favorite son. From my mother's side, they could see, like, he's doing everything.
It's a touch not.
He won't do anything to me.
Yeah.
So then he buys a PlayStation 2 for me. We're in Randfontein. He just purchased that car. We are leaving now. We are going to Soweto. While we're in Soweto, we go to Mlabo at his parents' house. He meets up with his friend. So while he's at his friend's, his friend has a son, and that son is my friend as well. So they are going at Sibukeng, at my brother's place, at my father's brother's place. They're going to do what? They're going to fix a BM. I can't remember it was whose BM was it. So like, no, I'm not going. I'm taking Karabo at Glen. Drop us at Protea at Glen. We're going to play some PlayStation with my guy here. Like, yeah, okay. We went there, Protea at Glen. Like, I would wear smart clothes. Like I was there. Even like they knew that.
They knew Joseph is the thing.
Like you would never dress with me. Like you would never dress with me. So by that time, you know what happened? Okay, you know what? Before we play this game, you know, let's go. Like my dad would leave certain coins on the ashtray. Those coins are for me if I want to buy snacks.
On top of the pocket money that he's giving you.
Remember, the pocket money, I only receive it during school.
School times. Okay.
Yeah, but now remember, these are the holidays. During the holidays, everything I want, it's there at the house. If I want something, I'll just go to the ashtray and grab maybe something. So like I'm grabbing something like, yeah, I mean, let's go. I want to go and buy earrings. We'll come back.
Earrings?
Yeah, earrings. Yeah, so we are going there. While we are going there, you know what happened? There are these two guys there we met driving a black Tesla. Guys, come here. You know what? I need your assistance. I need to send you guys somewhere. Where do you want to send us? To my girlfriend's place. Here, I'll give you $20 each.
Sure.
We have those $20. After that, you know what happened? Like, go to my girlfriend's place. That house, the corner one, she will give you a mirror. I want you guys to carry that mirror, both of you. And she will give you a wallet. That wallet has an amount of 3.5. Please bring it back to me. We'll wait for you here. We are going, we are running.
So when they had stopped the car, they could see the house. So basically they could see you going inside the house and coming out.
Sorry, that time, you know, the house, the car was here in the corner and we were passing. Remember, this guy is calling us. Guys, I need your assistance. Please, can I send you to that house? That one in that corner house, that one up there.
Okay, so it was visible.
Yeah. Go to that certain lady. Her name is Balesa. Balesa will give you a mirror. That mirror, we want you to carry it, both of you. And she will give you a wallet. That wallet has an amount of 3.5. Here's $20 for you guys. So we are going, we are running. While we are approaching that house, that guy whistles at us as we turn, and then he says to us, come back here. I don't trust you guys. Oh, you don't trust us? Why? Nah, give me something that I can hold. You know what? I have a PlayStation. Let's go to my place. I'll give you a PlayStation. Remember, it doesn't have even 5 days. Okay, sharp, we are going at my place. And like,
so wait. You are giving him your PlayStation to
hold it.
For the 20 rands, actually, because you're getting 20 rands from this deal.
From this deal, we're getting 20 rands. And remember, the reason why he says he doesn't trust us, because that wallet, it has 3.5. So you want us to give him something to show that we won't run away with that wallet. So that PlayStation, by that time, it was 2.5. The value of that PlayStation. I remember we bought it at Louis 2,500. After that, what happened? Like Karabo, like he looks at me like, dude, like, are you sure? Like, you know, like my dad is very strict. Like I'm just relaxed. Like, you know, by that time, like I didn't care about nothing. Like for me, like I didn't care about nothing. I couldn't see if this was wrong, this was right. Like for me, like everything.
You were living in your own world.
Yeah, I was in my own world at the younger age.
Yeah.
By that time, you know what happened? Like we went, and there are tenants at my place. In Protetland, there are tenants. So while the car stopped at my place, there's this lady. She's a tenant. She's at the gate. We are greeting her. Hi, Sis Vivian. Then we are entering the house. Remember, Karabo has a cell phone. And our house was there. You remember those Motorola's? But by that time, we didn't have cell phones like camera phones. Yeah, it was these small phones. I have this Motorola, here's this Nokia. I take both of those phones, I take the PlayStation, okay, hold these things. Okay, come, let's go. Yeah, we are going. Now, when we stop, we are no longer stopping at the same street that those guys, we found them. This is another street now. The street that we are supposed to stop on is the next one. Now we are stopping at this other street. Before that one. Yeah, that house, you remember that house? Yeah, we are going to that house. We are running. When you get to that house, Karabo says, man, it's that other street. It's not this street. Really? Yeah, it's not that other street. It's not this street. It's the other street I need to see. Now, I don't trust these guys, man. I don't trust these guys. When we look back, the car is no longer there.
Yo.
And you know what they said? If you don't find us here, you'll find us where? At that house, that one with a Civic. There was this other house that parked a Hyundai Civic. You'll find us at that house. Karabo says, those guys, they are not there. And this is not that street. Okay, let's ask. Guys, do you know Palace? No, we don't know Palace in this street. We go to that other street, we run.
Yo.
We get to that house, there's no Palace. We go to that house again, the one with the Civic.
No car, no Palace.
It was a scam. I just lost a PS, like, we call it a PS by that time. It's a PlayStation. I lost my PS. Like, I'm stressed. Okay, what am I going to say to my dad?
Say to your dad.
Karabo is also stressed. Karabo, by that time, he knows how to drive. He takes the Caravel, my father's Caravel. We are going to look for these guys. He's not perfect in driving.
Yes.
We are going.
And how old is Karabo at that time?
Karabo was around 15, 16 by that time. He takes that car. We are going. The neighbors in my street are so surprised that guy, is he the one who's driving Joseph's father's car? Does Joseph's father know about what's happening now? Because he's very strict, that guy. We know that he won't allow this to happen. The neighbors saying, he's not here. That's why they're doing this. Guess what? We are going. Okay, let's go and park the car. You know what happened? As we are parking the car, it enters. While the car enters, guess what happens? Karabo is putting the car inside. It scratches the wall. We have to call my father's friend. My father's friend come. He reverses the car very well, and then he parks it nice. Then after seeing that scratch, he says, you guys are in big trouble.
Yeah.
Because the owner of this car, when he sees this, he's going to kill you guys.
Yeah.
And I know that, okay, now I'm going to get a strong beating. Now, I went home and slept. Karabo calls my dad. You know who's calling my dad? Vivian. Because we explained everything to him. He calls my father.
So that's your dad's father? I mean, your dad's friend?
Vivian, she's a tenant.
Oh, okay.
We explain everything to Vivian. Vivian calls my dad. So my dad doesn't understand, especially if something is wrong and I'm also involved.
When you are in NJ, like in your dad's eyes.
He becomes so angry.
Sure.
Now he shouts, Vivian. When Vivian, this thing happens, where are you? And then,
so how do you know now it's Vivian's fault?
Now it's Vivian's fault. I'm going to sleep. I slept. My dad comes back. What happened, guys? I'm telling the story. Let's go to the police station first, and then we are going to look for this car. We haven't told him that the car, it's been scratched. Remember, it's new. It doesn't have 5 days, this car. The PlayStation doesn't have 5 days as well. As he goes, after he sees that car, he says, damn, this kid scratched my car as well. And like, you know what? I'm no longer going to that police station. He becomes so weak. He becomes so disappointed.
Yes.
He didn't expect that from me. Okay, right there, we are at the house. After about an hour, he asked Karabo, because you are an older person, give me a story. What happened?
What happened?
Karabo tells him everything. And then you see, my father says, those guys are Vivian's friends. Vivian, she's the one behind all this thing.
How Vivian know about? So now these guys are Vivian's friends.
All of this, that's my dad. Because remember, like, That guy, like my dad, like he would defend all the time.
Yeah.
So by that time, okay, it's December, remember. So Vivian comes and pay the rent. My dad said, no, I don't need your money anymore. Go and find another place.
Sure.
And whose fault is it that everything is happening? Remember, it's my fault. So by that time, Karabo, he's smoking cigarette by that time. And he's older than me.
So you're chilling with him every time and he's smoking right in front of you.
But by that time, for me to know that Karabo is smoking, it's because her mother told my father, please talk to this guy. So you know what I'm doing? I'm stealing my father's cigarettes. We are going to smoke at the jungle.
So now he taught you smoking now?
He teach me to smoke. While I'm smoking, I'm going to visit in Protea North. We are at Protea North. I'm visiting my sister's mother. So to say, I'm visiting my sister's mother. We are there in Protea. While I'm in Protea, like I'm too naughty like me. There's benzene. I'm smoking that benzene.
No, I remember those days.
Yeah, I'm smoking that benzene. I'm smoking that benzene. I'm smoking that benzene.
But where were the adults at the time that you were smoking this benzene?
They're not at home. Remember, like I'm doing everything while they're not at home. Sometimes I'll just wake up in the night. I know where does the benzene stays again. And then pour it in a cloth and then go to the room and smoke it. But
then how did you get to smoke the benzene? Who taught you or who told you this thing can be smoked?
In the township that I was growing up in Kagiso, I started smoking benzene there with my friends while we were kids. So I know, okay, benzene, it's we use it to smoke. So I'm starting to smoke benzene. And then my sister's mother, bang, she catches me right-handed. What are you doing with this benzene? No, I was just washing these shoes because they are dirty. And they remember these shoes I knew. She gave me a slap. Pa, 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 pa. What's wrong with you? Why are you doing this? My father is at the funeral in Kwatwa. They call him and he's with my mother. They tell him, my father comes to pick me up. Is it true that you are smoking benzene? No, it's not true, Dad. I was doing this. These people are against me. He believes me again.
Oh.
And then January now.
Everything else is happening in this December.
Yeah, everything.
Where you actually don't even have a school to go to.
I don't have a school to go to. My father, come December, now it's January. Remember, I was at Kagiso last year. Now this year I'm in Protea. Now I'm going to stay at Protea. My father organizes a transport for me, buys me a school uniform, everything new. We're going to school. It's in the morning. While we're at school, you know what happens? I'm excited, like, okay, now I'm going to be the boss now in the school.
The very same school? The very same school. So whether you are in Protea or you are in Kagiso, you're still traveling to the same school?
Yeah, I'm still traveling to the same school, yeah. While I'm in, it's in the morning. The bell rings. We are going to the hall. All of the students are going to the hall. Okay, we sing. Come Miss Pauls, she enters. I looked at her. After looking at her, I even greet her. Like she just looked at me like she's not into me. Like you see, I'm not going anywhere. Afterwards, before we dismiss, like it's like they used to say, if you're a grade 6 learner, you go to a previous class teacher. Yeah. Yes. So by that time, we have to go to our previous class teachers. While we're going there, before we dismiss at the wall, Mrs. Pauls calls me. What are you doing here? There's no space for you. We already removed you. We don't belong here. We go to the office, calls Mr. Hermeses, explains everything to me. Mr. Hermeses calls my dad. While my dad enters, I go to my dad, I say, hey, Dad, don't listen to them. These people are crazy, man. When I just stick to your words and tell them, you want me here, you're not taking me anywhere. My dad, okay, says, relax.
Sure.
As my dad enters the office, they call me, they explain everything to my father, like why they're chasing me. They tell him everything that I've been doing.
But before that, were they not calling the parents, sending messages or giving demerits to explain your behavior in school?
They were, because they were, even on the detention book, my detentions were so many. There were so many. Like the detention classes will start from 1:30 until 4:00. That's the punishment that we get every Friday. When they say we're in detention, by the time you will start from 1:30 until 4:00. From 4:00, you are going home now.
But this detention, because I remember in some other schools, during detention, they'll say study. And I don't see it as detention personally. For me, I think it's just one of those things that they are just doing for the sake of trying to punish you, but I don't see it as punishment. How was the detention on your side?
The detention on our side, like they will give you a book, like maybe you will write, I won't be naughty anymore. I won't be naughty anymore. I won't be naughty anymore. Maybe we'll write it 1,000 times.
That's better. That sounds like punishment. But for them to say, do your homeworks, study, and what
you won't do any homework. Like they will give you a certain task to complete. Even if you complete it before 2, you don't think that you'll be leaving. You won't be like you will do it again and again and again. The detention.
I won't be naughty anymore.
I won't be naughty anymore. 1,000 times. You will write it so many times.
Yes.
And like you won't sleep. You won't do anything. You will do as they say. So by that time, my dad, like, they explain everything to him. And they tell him, you've been calling Joseph's mother. And she's been saying she'll come, but she's not coming. And by that time, after they tell my father everything, I saw the tears running out of his face. Yeah. Because of the disappointment,
disbelief,
everything that they've been telling him. Now the teachers are also telling him in school, like the tears are running out of his tears. Like he's also like surprised, like I'm doing everything for this boy. There's nothing that I'm not doing for him. Like, why is like this? Because everything he wants, he gets. So, okay, can you give me that transfer letter? Okay, I'll see which school I'm taking. While we're in the car, like I'm telling my father, like I'm not going to that school. I'm not crazy. I'm not going to a special school. We go and fetch my mother at Soweto. She was a teacher at Soweto. So we go to Soweto and get my mother. After fetching my mother, like, we'll hunt for a school. We went to Rodiport. The schools, all of them in Rodiport, they wouldn't take me because of what is written
in the transfer card.
And the district won't take me. So we had to go to Lens. After going to Lens, I found a school. There was this private school. It was just maybe about 4 years by that time operating. So I'm going to that private school. While I'm at that private school, like they accepted me. After accepting me, that's when I stayed there.
And it's in Rodiport?
It's in Proteas Lane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're in Proteas Lane now. So after some time, I go to visit where in Kagiso. I'm a soccer player by that time. So I moved to the previous team that I used to play for. I'm going to a new team now. While I'm at that new team, I met certain people, knowing their behavior. Okay, these people are the ones that, okay, I know them, their behavior, they are smoking glue.
Sure. So in terms of the cigarette and the benzene, are you still continuing with it?
No, I'm not long. I'm not like into that benzene and cigarette full time.
You're not yet addicted.
Yeah, I'm not yet addicted.
People stole to like you're being naughty.
Yeah, I just do it once in a while, maybe when I'm with somebody. So now these guys, they're smoking glue, and I know they are smoking glue. Like everybody doesn't want themselves near these people. Like, okay, I'm going there. I'm going to hang around with these kids. And
what attracted you to them?
Remember when you started this podcast? Like, I love the way people like praise me. Like, this is a cheese ball.
Okay.
Like, especially when people don't know me, I would like to make sure that these people know me.
So this group, actually, you caught their attention.
I didn't caught their attention. They caught my attention. By their behavior. And like everybody, like they're isolating themselves from this group. After isolating themselves from this group, I'm going to that group.
So when you loved trouble, actually?
I love trouble. Yeah, I love trouble. So by that time, you know what? I'm start hanging around with these guys. Remember now, I'm in Pasa now.
What's that?
Yeah, that's the name of the school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You are doing grade 7.
Yeah, I'm doing grade 7 by that time. By that time, I started hanging around with these guys, and now I'm starting to smoke glue now.
Obviously.
I'm smoking glue, and it smells.
That's the thing.
It
smells. Even when someone has bath, and I think you even smell it in the skin.
It smells to that extent. Like even when we smoke it, like it will also like gets to my clothes. Like even my mom like would fight me, beat me up, do everything, and she would tell my father.
And what would Daddy say?
My father wouldn't believe her as well.
But couldn't he feel the smell?
By that time, I can remember the only person who feels the smell is the person that I'm with by that time. While I'm going to my dad would never feel the smell because I'm not using glue at that time. So he ended up buying that glue, trying to fix something in the bus.
Oh.
Until he caught me right-handed.
Ooh.
I remember that day he gave me a slap. He beat me. We called my mother and then they arranged for me. We went to Sanka. Instead of starting the Sanka lessons, I didn't start the Sanka lessons and my dad paid. He says, you are my child. I'll get you into order. I will never ask people to get my child into order. I'll get myself you into order. Okay, it's fine. By that time, I'm still smoking that glue.
And then Mara, you don't do it in his presence, so you're still hiding now.
I'm doing it at home. Now you know what it is? It smells in the house. In my room. He becomes fed up. He chases me away.
Is he chasing you
like
to your mom or just chasing you?
Yeah, he's chasing me to my mom. Like, you know what? Okay. Yeah, he's going to, this boy's, he's going to make me do wrong things.
And then at the time you are still in school.
I'm still in school.
Were you smoking it in school as well?
No, at school they don't know. Like I'm not smoking in school. I'm smoking. By that time I'm going back to my mother. After going back to my mother, like my mother tells my sister, you see what I told you? He's now my problem. The person who is supposed to help me fight this problem, while it does early, he doesn't want that problem anymore. Now I'm all left with this.
All alone.
And by that time, remember what happens. My dad is no longer supportive the way he used to be. And by that time, the people in my township, the things that they wouldn't get by that time, now they're starting to get. Those clothes they didn't wear by that time while I was wearing them, they are starting to wear them. And guess what?
So when you are ahead of time, actually.
I'm ahead of time. And you know what happens to these clothes that I'm wearing me? They're getting finished. The shoes are getting finished. The jeans are getting finished. Everything starts to get small and I'm growing up. And my mother will tell me straight, like, I won't do what your dad does. I'll only buy what I can afford. And I just feel like, you know what? My mom doesn't love me. Start calling my father. I want this and this and this. He says, what? Stop. Give me some time. Give me some time.
You are no longer a priority now.
Yeah, no, I'm no longer a priority. He's disappointed. And then there was this other guy, like we are in the same street, me and him in Proteas Lane. We attend the same school. Remember, I'm in Kagiso, and I'm traveling from Proteas Lane to Kagiso. So I'm no longer going to school. I'm start banking now.
Where were you staying?
I'm staying in Kagiso. My mother will give me money for taxi money and lunch money. And I will never go to school.
Hence, I'm asking, where were you staying? Mama thinks when you are going to school. So did you get a special place where you were hiding until school is out?
Yes. And that special place, it's where those people are smoking glue. Or I would spend that money with those kids. Like, and you see, like, that's how I lived. Until this other guy tells me, no, man, you don't have to smoke glue. Here's a weed. Because
so you were taking it levels by levels, because it was cigarette, benzene,
now it's
glue.
Weed.
Now you go to weed.
Now I'm going to weed. I'm smoking weed now. I'm smoking weed. Until I dropped out of school.
At what grade?
Grade 7.
So all these things are happening in that very same year.
All of those things are happening in that very same year. I'm dropping out of school, but my mother pushes for me to go back to school until they had an agreement with the principal of Basa. No, let him come, at least he must write his exams. So I went back to Basa and then I wrote my exams. And then after that I passed, I went to another Catholic school now. Going back to that Catholic school, like I like trouble, ne? I end up hanging around with bad guys, like gangsterism. Like I feel that's where I fit in. Remember, the people in my hood are starting to wear smart clothes. Where me, I'm no longer getting that opportunity to wear those clothes. And remember, for me, it becomes a wood. And like every time when I see them smart, like I don't fit in. Now everything starts to, like everything for them, it's cool. Like for me, like ish. And then they started saying ish. When they see me, they say, oh, that's Joseph. Yeah, we know him. He used to be a cheese boy. Now the cheese has melted. Yeah, the cheese has melted. Yeah, the cheese is melted. Now it's over now. Like I'm starting like to want to fit in somewhere. So that's when I started hanging around with the bad guys until I hang around with them and growing until I get hooked on Nyaope.
So everything that you went through now with the weed was introduced by this new friends.
Yeah, by this new
Nyaope, how did you get to it?
Nyaope, again, we got to it okay, I remember this other thing. Remember, like me and my dad, we got separated on that year, 2006. It's 2010 now. I'm still smoking weed.
And then are you still in school?
Yeah, but and then, okay, I forgot to tell the name. While I was in school, I went to this Catholic school for 2 years. By the time I was supposed to go to grade 9, I dropped out again. I quitted school. My mother, again, the very same person, makes her plans for me to go to school.
Yes.
I went to Soweto. That's where I found the school. I started schooling there. And then during the World Cup, I'm with my guys there in Soweto. Like, okay, guys, let's go to my dad. Yeah, maybe we'll organize something for me. As we went there to my father.
But were you guys in speaking terms? Were you talking with your dad?
By that time, the way he was so disappointed, like he didn't want anything from me. He didn't want to hear even my name.
Sure.
So after 4 years, that's when I went to him to go and see him. And the very sad thing is that, like, if you know your blood, you know your blood. Like, if like I'm your child, whether maybe you are going to see me after 20 years, but through that 20 years, if something is wrong with me, you're going to see like something is wrong with my child. Like he's not, like that's what I saw. Like, nah, man, something is wrong with my father.
Was he looking?
Yeah, he was ill by that time. Something's wrong with my father. He's not the way I know him. And then when we entered the house, like I'm with my 2 friends now. Remember, we came to ask for money. Like we sit down on the couch. That thing didn't remove very easy on my father's chest, the pain.
Sure.
And the disappointment that he got.
Because he was technically, literally investing in you.
Yeah. So like he even told my friends, like, you know what? As much as you say he invested so much in me, like I did everything for this guy. Like he disappointed me. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on with him. But for now, I don't have nothing. I know you came here to look for money, but I am broke, man. I don't have nothing. Okay, like I didn't come here to ask for money. I just came to check up on you. It's been a while. Okay, yeah. And guess what? By the time you come back here again, you won't find me here. I'm moving. I'm going to Cape Town.
Yeah.
That's my father. But those words and the way I see him, I feel like, no, he's trying to tell me something. And I tell my mother's sister in Naledi, by that time I was in Naledi, like I went to see my dad, but I felt like he was saying goodbye to me. Like they didn't believe me, just love. After the World Cup, we receive a call, they say, hey man, your dad had a stroke.
Sure.
My dad had a stroke. Yeah, go to Protea Glen and see what's what. I went home, I went to Protea Glen, and then by that time, my other cousin was staying at the back room. He gave me the keys, he explained to me what happened. Your dad got hit by a stroke on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. On Saturday, that's when he got the strength to take the phone and call one of your cousins to come and pick him up and take him to the hospital.
So he was in the house all along?
Yeah.
But then the tenants couldn't see anything?
They couldn't see anything because in the house, he was alone. And remember, the tenants say they are also busy with their things. So he got a stroke on Thursday, and then he only managed to get strength on Saturday. He called my cousin. Sure. My cousin came to pick him up and take him to Paraguay Hospital. Okay, by that time, I'm at the house now. I'm starting to search the house. I look around.
What were you looking
I'm looking for money. Remember, like, there's nothing makes me happy than to have a lot of money. I'm searching. Then I opened the trap door. After opening a trap door, I found this safe, this red safe. As I shake it, it's heavy. You know what crosses my mind? It's money.
It's money.
It's coins. I opened that safe. You know what I found? I found a gun.
Oh.
I'm taking this gun. I'm so excited now. I don't know like what to do. Like, I'm so happy. Like, I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Like, I'm having like my dad's gun. Like, I'm playing with it. Like, it's my first time having a gun. I have a gun now. Like, I'm happy. You know what crosses my mind? The first thing that I want to do, I'm going to Naledi. I'm going to do a show off. While we're in Protea Glen, I'm going to Naledi. I met these two friends of mine. Hey guys, let's take a walk. Where are we going? Nee, let's take a walk. We are going where? We are going in Naledi.
So did they realize that you fought a gun at that moment?
I'm going to show them.
Oh, okay.
While we're in the forest, I started to produce that gun, and they know that's his father's gun. His father used to have that gun on him. I have that gun. Like, okay, dude, okay, what's the plan? While we are in this gun, what's the plan? Now I'm going to show it to my friends and tell them now we are going to hustle now.
Sure.
Went to Naledi. As I entered Naledi, like, my friends were happy to see me. Okay, what's going on, guys? Like, my dad is ill, I had a stroke. Okay, you know what, guys, what's happening now? No, what's happening? I want to show you something. We got into this other room, one of my friends' room in Naledi, and then I took those guys from Protea Glen. They waited for me outside. While they're outside, I'm just chilling, and they're going to call some of my friends back in Naledi. I produced that gun. Like, everybody, hey, is it the real gun? Like, yeah, look at the bullets. Everything is real. Hey, man, where did you take this gun? No, don't ask where did I get this gun. Remember, now we have the gun. What's the plan? You know what's the plan? The plan, we'll see what's the plan, but robbery is the first thing that we are going to do. We are going to get
something you have never ever done before, or have they done it before, your friends?
Robbery, they haven't done it, and I also haven't done it. The only thing, okay, I'm still going there. I'm going to tell you where when time goes by, what happens. Probably they've done robbery, but I'm not sure, but they've never done it with me. But robbery is the first thing that crosses our mind. We are going to do robbery. Okay, you know what? What's the plan now? Go home. We'll come on Saturday to see you. Okay, fine. We are going back. Now, these two guys, the thing that I have a gun doesn't sit them well on their chest. They want to advise me, but they don't know where to start. So you know what they do? They gather themselves with one of my friends and their big brothers in our hood. They gather themselves there. Okay, guys, you know what happened? We just witnessed this, and that guy's going to get into trouble. Because he's our friend, let us stop him right now. How are we going to stop him? Nay, they call these big brothers, those brothers in our hood, to come and talk to me. Okay, yeah, we'll talk to him. So it's on Wednesday. Remember, I'm smoking weed. I'm high by that time. I'm used to wake up at 5 o'clock. By the time I'm still the alarm,
where were you going? Was it for going to school at 5?
Yeah, for going to school. Yeah, I was waking up at 5. So by that time, the phone, it says 06 in the morning. And that time it's at night. Then I spell the alarm to wake me up at 5 o'clock. And by that time, in the morning when I wake up, it's summer. Now the alarm has not rang. Why? Probably it's still early. I sleep again. Then I wake up again after some time. When I check the time, you know what it says here on my phone? It says 21:03. It says 9 o'clock at night, and it's in the morning. So I switched the time yesterday because I was high. So I couldn't see that the 5 that I'm telling in my phone, it's the morning one, and the phone, it's not on the right time. By that time, okay, let me bath. I'll go late at school. The knocks. Somebody's knocking. I open the door. It's my brother, my cousin, with my sister's brother. I mean, my sister's father, sorry to say. Okay. My brother's looking downwards. Okay, let me bath quickly. I don't want any lectures. I don't want anything. I'm just going.
You are actually thinking they're here because of the issue of the gun?
No, not because of the issue of the gun. I thought maybe they came to give me some sort of lecture or something.
Okay.
And then my brother insists me to go and see his mother. Okay, dude, I'll go. Don't worry, I'll go. Dude, I'm late. I have to go to school. Dude, please go and see my mother for 2 seconds. Okay.
The mother is around the area as well?
The mother, it's my auntie, my father's sister. He tells me the police arrived at her place. They gave him the news that my dad is no longer. He passed away.
So, but why the police?
I get by that time when you pass away in a hospital, if they cannot get a hold of you, the police are the one who delivers the message.
All right.
Yeah, they send the police to take the message at my auntie's home that my dad is no longer. So my auntie says, okay, take your brother and go and fetch your mother. Remember, they are separated, but they are not divorced.
Yes.
So which makes my mother the widow. She's there to organize everything. While we are going, they ask me what happens. I tell my brother, I say, hey man, I have my father's gun. I'm telling him as a brother to brother thing. He says, oh, you have that gun? Okay, yeah. No problem. We get my mother, and then after getting my mother, we went home. I thought it was going to be our own secret.
Yes, brother to brother, like you've said.
This guy. Hey man, can you give your mother that thing? What thing? That thing. What thing? The gun.
He said straight the gun.
Yeah, he said, okay, man, before we, Joseph need to give you guys something. I think it would be best if he gives it to you. I'm okay, what is that? Give him that thing. What thing? That thing, man. What thing? The gun. I'm hey, this guy, is he like this?
In front of everybody.
It's his mother and my mother by the time. And my mother's eyes were oh my God, tell me that he doesn't have that gun. Please, 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 please. Give me that gun. Okay, yeah, let's check it. I know where the gun is, remember. We check. We don't find that gun.
You hid it away.
And it's here on top of the trapdoor. It's in the ceiling. When you just open the ceiling, the gun is there with the safe. But I'm not willing to give it.
Yes.
I don't know where's the gun. They are looking for that gun. They don't find it. But I could see that something's wrong. So they call my uncles. By that time, I remember we are preparing for the funeral. My uncles would say, okay, you know what? He will take out that gun. If he doesn't take out that gun, we'll discipline him. We won't talk to him. I'm at home. They call me it's a boys only. The uncles, the brothers, everybody. Yeah, everybody is waiting. Yeah. There's the best brother of my dad. Like they shared secrets, they shared everything. He says, because that guy, that kid knows me very well, let me talk to him before you guys talk to him. By the time the geezer was not working, so my father's friends from the society, some of them knows how to fix the geezer. Because it's a funeral, remember, we have to have hot water. So I took, during the day, I managed to get in the house in the morning and take that gun from the trapdoor and put it under the geyser. I thought it would be much safer there because nobody's going to come there. Not realizing there is somebody who's going to come there. So they found that gun there while they're going to fix the geyser.
Sure.
By that time, the uncles don't know anything. Give us that gun. We know that you took it. Relax, guys. Let me talk to him. It's my it's my father's brother, the best friend. No, the auntie comes. We found the gun. He doesn't have it. I'm like, did they really find the gun? I'm so disappointed. And remember, during the funerals, their neighbors come and donate. Okay, this.
Yeah.
My mother would put that money safe for maybe something comes up. Maybe we can use that money. After burying my father, they said, okay, we must wash. They must do we must get washed. Like the tradition, how the tradition is. Like if somebody passes away after a certain time, maybe after 1 month, they say we wash ourselves. Yeah. So by that time, my mother wants to use that money. And by that time, you know what's happening, man? It's what do they call this? It's the trips. We are going to the trips, like the fountains. No, it's not the school trip, like the trips of
the community, like the youth, the young people.
Yeah, we are the youth. We are going to MAPM. You know what I do? I don't have cash. I don't have nothing. So I went to steal that money.
Yeah.
After taking that money, you know what happens? My mother calls. You took that money and I'm going to tell your uncles. I dropped the call. I don't care.
So basically, you were not scared of anyone.
I actually didn't care about anyone. The only thing that I cared about was myself. The only thing that I cared about was to see myself happy. If this mic is going to make me happy, I'll use this mic. If this chair was going to make me happy, I'll use this chair, regardless what you think about me, regardless what you say. That was Joseph. So when time goes, I come back home, I'm drunk, everybody's angry with me, they're fighting me. I've started swearing at the people. Swearing.
What age was that now?
Yeah, it was 2010. By that time I was 18. I'm swearing at everybody, I don't care. So I'm a gambler. Remember, I love money. I'm addicted now in gambling. I finally quitted smoking weed. I only drink alcohol.
So you stopped smoking cigarette?
No, I didn't stop smoking cigarette. I only stopped smoking weed.
Okay, weed.
Yeah.
Benzene and glue?
Those ones.
That was more like introduction.
Yeah, that was the intro to substance abuse.
Okay.
That was the intro to substance abuse. But when time goes, you know what happened? I'm an Oxman now.
Oxman?
I'm in charge of the game.
What game?
Gambling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm an Oxman.
So you are I get you.
Yeah, I'm an Oxman. I always open the game. And the junkies that smokes Nyaope will always pass at my game, and I will always give them money to go and buy themselves heroin to smoke. By that time, this other time, we knocked out early. Remember, I have cash. You know what? Okay, guys, let me just go and hang around with you, but I'll drink my own alcohol. Buy them their Nyaope, they'll smoke it. Tomorrow, you know what I do?
And this is the money from the gambling?
From the gambling.
Can I get the dice?
The dice.
Okay.
Ask me what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm no longer buying alcohol for myself. I'm buying heroin and I want to taste it. I smoked it for the first time. I smoked it for the second time until I got myself hooked. By that time, while I'm hooked, the money that I started saving, I started spending it on drugs.
Spending on it. But heroin again, what is it? Because some of us, we know the names, we know the stick, there's heroin, there's what, but what is this specific?
This heroin ke yone Nyaope.
Or is it another name?
Nyaope, it's another name, but Nyaope, it's heroin.
Okay. But even in Nyaope, on my side, and I know there's a lot of people who know there's a name Nyaope, what it does and all, but we don't know. Is it something that you're buying? Is it something that you're mixing? Is it a mixture of different things or what?
The way I hear by the people, they say, but I don't know. Ne? They say they dilute it with some sort of chemicals, which I don't know. Ne? But the only thing I know, Nyaope, it's a small thing that you buy. It's a powder.
Oh, okay, so it's a ready-made kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Because not all along, I thought they're taking ARVs and something, they're mixing and smoking.
Okay, they don't take ARVs. That's a lie. For me to be honest with you, Nyaope, it's not ARV. Nyaope, it's heroin.
So there's the powder.
That's the powder.
Okay.
And then I smoked Nyaope with weed. There are some people who inject themselves. And there's
one now they call him Bluetooth way.
Yeah, the one they call it Bluetooth. Some of them inject themselves, some of them smoke it. I smoked it with weed.
Okay. So what is the difference? Is it the very same powder, which you can, I'm not sure you smoke nose, mouth?
No. Those are the other substance.
Oh, okay.
Remember, like you said, there's cat, there's Nyaope, there's Mandrex, there's crystal meth. All of those substances,
yes,
they have their form of use. So their form of use are totally different.
Okay, but they work the same thing. It's more like it's to drug you. All of them, they do the same thing.
And the what I'm trying to say is that the highness, like when you get high, it's a different thing. If I smoke crystal will not make me high, same as Nyaope. If I smoke Nyaope will never give me the same taste that I get when I smoke cat. It's not like alcohol.
Sure.
Okay, in alcohol, I know if I drink Heineken, I'm going to get drunk. Whether I drink maybe Johnnie Walker Black Label, but the main thing is that I'm going to get drunk. But when you talk about drugs, it's a different thing. It's a different feeling.
So like you're saying, they each have a taste.
Their own taste and their own high. The
level of highness is more like with alcohol, there's different, what do you call it, volume, kind of alcohol.
Yeah, volume, yeah.
So let's on they also have there's certain level, like where one, it depends on your preference as well, to say you wanna be how high, then you can take
you know what does it do then? Well, okay, let me talk about myself, because while I'm smoking Nyaope makes you to become lazy, doesn't give you energy. Yeah, it makes you become lame, you become weak. And then there are some hyper drugs. When you talk about hyper drugs, you talk about crystal meth.
Is it the one that apparently some musicians take when they go onto the stage, and how they dance and how they are so hyper and they have all the energy?
Yeah, some of them. I know a few, ne? Yeah, I know a few.
But we're not mentioning.
Yeah, I won't mention any names. Yeah. I know a few. Even today, they are still using. They use the upper drug. Some celebrities don't use the upper drug, but the upper drug is to give you energy. It's to give you energy. And when it started, and the after effects are very painful. So in Nyaope doesn't give you energy. It makes you to go to Nyaope.
It's like it cuts all the joy.
Yeah, Nyaope makes you like
even the speech.
Yeah, you start to change. Yeah, everything is slow. Everything is slow for you. And let me tell you, if you go to the streets, everybody that is smoking drugs, to be honest with you, are the talented people.
Eish.
The people who knows how to sing, the people who are gifted in art, the people that are gifted in soccer, the people that are gifted in building their own businesses, their dreams are shattered.
Because of this demon.
Because of this demon. And you said it well, it's a demon. Because of this demon. Because you know what this demon did to me? It made me to lose everything. Not knowing that I'm losing everything, because I started losing myself, not knowing that I'm losing myself. I started taking my own clothes and I started to sell them to people so that I can get the money to do what?
Sure.
To buy heroin. Because the Nyaope, that demon, like the way you said, like if you don't have it now, like you become some kind of way, like you feel body pains, those pains, like you feel like you are cracking.
But what goes on in your mind? Like, do you think normal? Like you're thinking, is it normal? Is it like, okay, you feel like you're hallucinating or
the hallucination? It's not there. The Nyaope doesn't have the hallucination. The only thing it has the pain. Which
physical pain.
Yeah, physical pain. The bones are sore. You have cramps, like headaches. Like you also feel like you are starting to crack. Like maybe somebody like is opening your skull. Like those are the pains that you feel. And those pains, when you feel them, you cannot like just sit and just ignore them. For those pains to vanish, you need Nyaope.
Oh, you need to
smoke. That's why you find because while I was in my position, remember I've took everything from my home.
So your dad passed away, and then were you now left with the house? Were you the one staying in the house, or
you know what my mom did? My mom, because my mom knew me very well. She said I'm not ready to stay in that house. So what my mom did. She did go out and look for tenants.
Okay.
To come and live at that house.
In the main house.
Yeah, in the main house. And there were tenants also were in the rooms.
Yes.
So everything will come back to me while I am ready.
When you are ready. So, plus on top of that, now the person who was helping you some years back is no longer there.
And remember, me with this person, our relationship ended 2006. And I only saw that person 2010.
2010, when he was about to pass.
When he was about to pass. So, and even after he passes away, I didn't start Nyaope at that time. I started Nyaope at 2013.
Okay.
2013, that's when I started smoking Nyaope. You can see it's after some time. After smoking Nyaope, I started smoking Nyaope 2013. I remember very well. By that time, my mother would go maybe to her places. Like the fridge will have so many kinds of different meats. Maybe I would say, okay, you know what? Today I'm taking this 2 kg. I'm going to sell it.
To sell
that 2 kg in order for me to get what?
And how much would you sell it for?
Maybe, for example, if the 2 kg. I'm making an example, remember. Yes. Yeah, the 2 kg, maybe if it's 5 rand, I'll go and sell it for 2.50.
Yeah. And you're selling it in the community?
In the community. I'm selling it.
And the way you are looking, like your physique, people can tell you are
smoking. Because you know what? Because I was a little bit, I had a nice body, like I was a chubby person. But that time, since I started smoking Nyaope, I became thin. I started having these cheekbones as well. Yeah. And then like you would see like this person, like he's going through some...
You can diagnose the person by looking at them actually.
Yeah, like this person.
So obviously when you're coming with a bribe pack to my house to sell it for me,
and you know,
I can tell that you stole it somewhere.
And you know what these people do, Nem? They're going to buy it because they don't afford to buy meat with that 5 rand.
So the community doesn't even care where you are getting the things from, who you stole from.
Remember, like in my street where I lived in Kagiso, the community, I will never sell them.
Oh, okay.
I would go maybe to another, maybe I would go from, because I was thinking extension 6, maybe I'll go to hostels.
Where you are not known.
Where I'm not known. Then I would know, okay, this person is the meat person. That person is the curtain person. This person is the one who deals with dishes.
So you were a supplier, actually.
I was a supplier.
You were a supplier, and then I knew, okay, Joseph is bringing meat for me. So whatever you got from the house or wherever you got it, you knew where exactly to go.
Yeah, I knew where exactly to go.
So now you're a business person.
Yeah, if I have the meat, I'll take the meat. I know, okay, I'm going to give it to Prophet Maggie. I know Prophet Maggie, she's the one who deals with the meat. And I know even if Prophet Maggie doesn't have money on her right now, she would go outside and borrow that money for her in order to buy that meat. That's how I used to do things.
And then you were taking for Mama. So on days where at home you don't have anything you want to take, or there was always something for you to take?
I finished that poor woman.
Yeah.
I finished everything in her house. Like my mother, I remember very well, she was wearing size 46. And she was wearing Truett's clothes. That was the brand that she loved, the DH.
Yes.
Daniel Lecter. I'll even go to her wardrobe and take her clothes. I'll take everything from my mother. Like every time when she gets home, like she would cry. She would shout. She would tell like community. She would go and tell like my brothers. She would go like, she would go to the police station. Like she would do.
And we're talking about a teacher who tomorrow has to go and teach students,
kids at school.
You know, kids who are unruly, some are misbehaving, disrespectful, and she's got to contain herself and deliver lessons and deliver quality. Yeah.
And by that time, you know, like, I will also feel like, you know what, I'm doing something wrong here. And
wait. So sometimes you would feel you're doing something wrong.
You know what, that feeling, you know, when I will get that feeling, if maybe I just took this mic right now, and then I went to go and sell this mic. After selling that mic, I received the money. After receiving that money, after buying that heroin, and now I'm smoking. After that one puff, I'll start to regret. You know what? I did something wrong. But you know what I'll do? I'll repossess it. My mother will call the police.
How are you going to repossess?
My mother would call the police. There was this time she called the police when I took her dishes. I took the dish. And you know, I took the certain dishes that I knew that these dishes don't usually come out. They have their own day and time. Special occasions. I'll take those dishes and go and sell them. She would call the police. The police would come and my mom would say, okay, you know what? I'm not opening a case for him. But please let him go with you guys and bring my belongings back.
Sure.
And the police will do the very same thing that my mother asked. We'll go with the police, repossess everything.
And that is now opening a can of worms with the community.
Remember, the people that are close to me in my community, I don't sell anything to them. I don't give them anything.
But wherever you are selling, it's still a community. They are not your neighbors, but it's still a community.
Yeah, and by that time, I don't care because they're not from, like, I usually
they're
like from around. They're not from South Africa. Some are from Zimbabwe, some are from where they came to our country to make a living for themselves. So everything for them, it's still slow. Imagine coming with this vase to you and say, I'm selling this vase to you, and you can see like this vase can make my home beautiful. Why don't I take it? How much do you want? Now, give me 15 rand, then you take it. Remember, you came here to start your own life here.
And to actually send things home.
Yeah, and they do ask us, like, where do you take it? And I will usually say, no, man, I work at the certain suburbs.
Okay.
They give us these things. Remember, I'm a garden boy, and since I'm a garden boy, like the owners of the house left, and they said that maybe I could take these dishes because they don't know longer want it, because these dishes they will never use them.
So you come with a story.
You come with a story, like, and that story you will make sure that this person, if I tell this person this story, this person will actually believe me.
Yeah, but then believe you, yes, but then the way you're looking. Like your physique is saying a different story.
And the physique says a different story, but you can see like this person says he's a garden boy, and you also believe that I'm a garden boy because I'm dating.
Yeah.
Because I'll make sure that I give you a certain story, but the way you look at me, I'll make sure that genuine. You believe me.
Yes.
I'll tell you straight, like I'm a garden boy, I work at the certain suburbs. They give me these things.
But then in terms of cleanliness, what happens? Because, I don't know, do they bath in the morning and then they go and sit down now anywhere they can throw themselves down and they become dirty? Because they're always dirty.
Let me tell you about my experience. Remember, I've sold the clothes that I have. Okay. I know now I've got nothing to wear.
Only the ones you're wearing.
Only the ones that I'm wearing. And what happens to these clothes that I'm wearing? They become dirty as well. Yes. I'm talking about my experience.
Yes.
Remember, I've also sold my cosmetic. So in the morning when I wake up, I'll go to the bathroom, wipe my face. Afterwards, I would go. Remember, you know what my mom does now? Ne? She would buy something and use it same time. She will never buy food and afterwards maybe and say, I'll leave here this food in this fridge.
So no longer grocery, but it's like your hand, go to the shop, buy, use.
And use it now. Even if there's a sale, there's a special, maybe in ShopRite, they say, buy this certain braai pack and this certain what for this certain amount. She would never do that. She was missing out. Because she knew that she was working for the people outside.
Yes.
And by that time, like she would cry, like, I will never forget the tears, but I really thank God for giving me a mother like her. Because through this journey that I was in, she was it with me. So there was this other day, like I'm still on that story of repossessing the dishes, repossessing the Tupperware. After the police go, you know what I'll do? I'll take the very same dishes and go to sell it again.
To sell to different people.
To sell to different people.
Yo.
Sell those dishes, sell this and this. Still, like, that's how I lived.
And then she comes back, she still welcomes you at home. When she cooks, she still dishes for you.
Yeah, she still does that. She end up locking her room. I remember this other time, she extended her room because the space was too small. After extending her room, remember, she extended the room then. So she has also to close the room with a ceiling. Now the ceiling, it's half. Remember, it's the half ceiling because after...
It's not yet completely done.
It's not completely done. She locks the room. You know what I do? I enter the trap door and then I go to her room. Now she starts to buy things and put them in her room. I'll take those dishwashers. I'll take those handy Andes. I'll take those pine gels.
Out through the wall, the ceiling
and then it's like this. Again, she extended the room. After extending her room, she has to close that room again with a ceiling. But now she hasn't closed the roof with that ceiling because she still has no money to close that ceiling. She has to buy another ceiling and join that one and close that what you call the room. So I'll take that advantage, enter the room, take those pine gels, took those endings.
Sure. So you were actually smart. It's a wrong way of saying it, but basically you were smart to think. You wanted to get the heroin, and you knew the only way is to sell something. But then hair locking is not closing you. Your mind was working.
My mind was working very well. And you know what happened? Yeah. I remember this other time, there was a certain rain that rained in our township.
What?
Rain. The rain.
Oh, rain. Okay.
Yeah. The with thunderstorms, I remember very well. So that rained with ices, no? So those ice made damage. Those big ices like stones. Those ices made damage. They broke the houses and the roof tiles. So by that time, the roof tiles, remember, the asbestos are broken. Everything is broken. So people need roofs, and some of them, remember, they are unemployed. So you know what the government does? The government give us the tender to go and put the roofs in the community. I got the job, like I'm working, and today it's my payday. I have to go and get my money.
So so someone hired you.
Yeah.
What were you doing specifically?
By that time, we were installing those roofs. Yeah, we were installing the roofs, like taking the old asbestos, like cleaning them, and then we installed the new roofs. So this other day, my mother went to the police station and opened a case against me.
Sure.
So I'm going home. I'm going to take a bath. Remember, now I'm working. It's payday. I have to be clean. I open the bathroom window. Some ladies come and knock. I open the window and I go to the window and then, hey, how can I help you? I'm looking for Joseph. Yeah, that's me. Who are you? Then this other lady comes. Hi, are you Joseph? Yes, I'm Joseph. On her hand, she has a docket. Now you can see them. These people are not just ordinary people. They are the police. Can you open up? We need to have a word with you. Okay, I open up here. Yeah, Joseph, we received a complaint from your mother. Where are her certain things? The what? The iron. Where's the iron? Where's the vase? No, I sold them to this other guy. Let's go to him.
Yo, so you're saying it so confidently. I sold it. Yeah. Let's go take it.
So by my thoughts, I thought maybe if we could go to that person and take back those things, they're going to leave.
Just like other days.
Yeah. So, but this time she opened the case. And I also lied.
Tired.
And I also lied and said, you know what, some of the things she got back. So while we're at the police station, we go to that person there, that Indian guy that I sold these things to. This Indian guy opens his shop and he tells them, you can come and search here. Whatever he told you that he bought to me, he didn't. He's lying. He came with it and I refused to take it. And remember what I've done. I just confessed that yes, I did take whatever my mom said I took. Now we are going to the police station and then they put me in a waiting cell. They call my mother. My mother said, I'm proceeding with the case.
I don't blame her. I would do the same. I would have done the same long ago, honestly. She I think she had reached that level where she realized me with keeping on saying I'm not opening the case, I just want my things back. I'm actually digging a grave for this boy. So maybe he's safe in prison than
and
outside.
Maybe he would learn.
Exactly.
But by that time, as I go to prison, like it's my first time going to prison.
And how old are you then?
When was it? 2013, probably 21, 22, somewhere there. I went to Krugersdorp prison. Remember, I'm under trial. Remember, for me, it's an achievement for me. It's not a lesson. It's an achievement for me.
In what form?
Because by that time, while we used to smoke heroin, the people that I used to hang around with, all of them, they come from prison. Every time when they talk about prison, I cannot participate in their conversation.
You don't have the experience.
Because I don't have an experience.
My goodness.
So for me, it's an achievement. I finally got myself into prison.
So all these things you were doing, was it for you to end up in prison? Or it was not for that, but you wished you could end up in prison?
For me, I wished, sometimes I didn't wish to go to prison. But truly speaking, the only time I wished to go to prison, it was maybe if I could see, while I'm with the guys, like, then...
Okay, when they were talking.
Then the prison conversation comes up. Maybe somebody went to prison and now he's coming back. Everybody's happy for him. Hey, man, you really survived, man. You are a man. If you survive that, you are a man.
So you are a man surviving that.
Yeah, place. But if you don't go there, and then some of the guys like will say, like, yeah, you won't tell me anything. You've never been in prison.
You are a boy.
You are a boy. You won't survive you. You won't survive here. You won't survive here in Krugersdorp prison, man. Just imagine, like, okay, for me now it's a achievement for me. Remember, it's my first time in prison. I enter, and remember, by that time, while we're in prison, like, it's my first time experience. I've never experienced the prison life before. It's the first time for me in prison. I remember the first time in prison for me, like, I was cracking, like I needed a Nyaope to smoke, and then this guy. Remember, in prison we have gangsterism.
You were still on a trial? Yeah,
I'm still on a trial. These people are gangs. Like, this guy just came in now, like, we're in reception. Before you go to a certain cell that you are going to stay in, they take you to a reception first. You are going to sleep to reception for 1 day. I slept in reception for 1 day. But the way these people operate, you could say, okay, this one is not first time coming to prison. This one is not the first time coming to... And you know what they will do in prison? They'll also, like, make you feel small. They'll tell you, like, hey, you won't tell us anything. It's the first time you come to prison. Like, you think maybe we came with petty crimes. We came with heavy things. And you come maybe with theft. Yeah. I came with murder. I came with robbery. I came with serious crimes. And you come here and theft. Like, they will make you feel small. Yes. You see? Like, by that time, like, I didn't like, okay, it's my first time experience. Okay, I'm going well. I get to prison, like, there's phones, like, there's everything. Now, this guys asked me, before you get the bed, you don't just sleep on the bed if you don't have a sheet. A sheet, it's a blanket that they use in prison. So for you, in order to get the sheet, we are selling those sheets. It's either you're going to give us airtime or money.
So isn't it the government supply to say they give you a sheet?
Remember, the government supplies, but everything changes in prison.
Oh, okay.
Everything changes. The government do their job and everything when in prison changes. Remember, everything changes, like the lifestyle changes, like, damn, that place, like, really taught me a lot of things. But I end up taking a phone, calling my mom.
Where did you get? They borrowed you a phone?
Yeah, they borrowed me a phone. Remember, in prison, there are phones that there's everything. There's drugs, there's everything. Remember, prison is called correctional service. It gives you an opportunity to correct your mistakes. But some of us, we don't see it as a way to correct our mistakes. We see
life continues as usual.
And we see it as an experience to gain more knowledge on becoming good. It's an upgrade for other people. Yeah. So while I'm in prison, I take a phone, call my mom. You can do me a favor. Please send me 229 Vodacom airtime. The first 29, I'm going to buy a sheet. And the second one, I'm going to buy loose draws for myself. So I don't want anything from anybody. If I want something, I'll rather buy it with the airtime. That I'll make plan to get. So I made a plan, everything.
Did she send you?
She did send me that airtime.
But to mama.
And I even cried to her. You know what? Like, mom, like, I've had it. I'm so sorry. Like she's so fed up. She's so fed up. Like, shame. I'm so sorry. Give me last opportunity. You know what she said? How many opportunities have I given you? Like, so many opportunities I've given you, but you haven't changed. That's my journey by that time. But she bailed me.
Sure.
And you know what? This is what happens. I'm going to court. Ne? While I'm going to court, like, this cousin of mine comes. Ne? As he comes the money of bail. He has to come and bail me. That's what I asked from my mom. So my legal aid lawyer, representative, okay, asked me, how are you going to plead? I said, not guilty.
Sure.
Because I only stole a bribe pack at home.
You only stole a bribe pack? That's the only thing that
that's the only thing that I said I took. And remember, My mother like mentioned everything that I took.
You cleaned her out.
And whatever is written on that docket, probably the value of those things was 25,000 or something. Like I said, oh, I only stole a bread pack. The other things I didn't take. That's my lawyer. I said, are you sure about your story? I said, yes. Then it's my turn now. I'm attending. They call me Joseph. I climb the box, yes. And then my attorney says, Johanna, he says he's not guilty. Whatever it's been written here, his mother is lying. He only took a bribe pack. Guess what happens? The judge says, I'm going to call your mother. As I can see the way things are, you only live with your mother. So there's only two of you. And if she comes here and tells me that you did take these things, I'm not going to take your side of the story. I'm going to lock you up. So I'm asking you for the last time, should I call your mother? I said, no, don't call it. And he says, why? I said, I took everything. And then he says, why do you lie to your attorney? No, go down. Your attorney will call you again. As I go down, my attorney comes to me. Why do you lie to me? I says, okay, you know what? We're truly speaking. I made a mistake. I'm so scared. I thought maybe I was going to go to prison. But you know what? My brother is here. My little brother is here. He came to bail me so I can go and repossess everything. By that time, the prosecutor and my lawyer said, nah, leave him a little bit. Leave him a little bit under trial. And then my brother says to them, if we leave him, these things that he took at home, these people are going to take them at home, and so we'll never get them. So it's a chance for him now to go and collect all
and
of those
repossess.
things. Did I go and repossess? No, I didn't go and repossess.
But you got a bail.
Yeah, I got a bail, and then the following week, my mother dropped the case.
Sure, she dropped, and they anyway, this one they can allow for her to drop.
Yeah, she dropped that case, and then after dropping that case, I still haven't changed. Then I went.
You still haven't changed. So basically,
basically, you know what happened? Like, as I went outside, the first place that I went to was at the mall. That's where all the junkies hang around.
How long were you in prison in this first instance?
It was 7 days.
So in the 7 days, this thing didn't come out of your system. You still had the craving.
The craving was not simple. To be quite honest with you, I hear people say it takes 6 weeks for a person to recover. To be quite honest, you cannot smoke something for 6 years and expect to overcome it in 6 weeks.
I hear you.
Because like, I'm going to go back to where you said it yourself, it's a demon. It's a demon that we are fighting. So this demon, you need to attack it in different ways. You need to attack this demon in different formulas. You need to use different formulas. So for me, after that 7 days, I went to the mall where we hang around. Like, I'm back now. Now I know the sections. I know everything. I'm worse. I'm worse than before. I got chased home. I'm no longer staying at home.
Mama chased you after she bailed you and then dropped
after
the
some
case.
time, like, now I'm afraid to go home, because if I go home, she'll go and open a case and the police will come and arrest me. So I'm no longer staying at home. I'm staying where? With my friends. And guess
where? In their homes? Or?
Yeah, in their homes. Guess what happens? After I got the bail, my neighbors from next door, I'm greeting them. Hi, Maggie, how are you doing? They just look at me. How are you? Okay, we are fine. They are sad. And then they go to this person. Yeah, that's him. Then that person, hey, young man, come here. What's your name? Hey, I'm Joseph. Joseph, where were you in 2 days back? 2 days back, I was in prison. Why were you in prison? Like, I was arrested because I took my mom's belongings. So he opened a case for me. So I was released today. Okay, I will check on that because you are a suspect. I'm a suspect regarding housebreaking this side. Like, really, like me. Like, I looked at my neighbors. And then afterwards, like, I'm at the house. Like, do these guys, like, really think that I managed to steal whatever they said it's been stolen that side. And I never asked what was it. So I got a chance, and then I asked, I don't remember who I asked by that time. Then they told me that it's a plasma, it's been stolen. So I went to them, I said, how can I steal a plasma while I'm in prison? It's not me. So this other time I'm with my friend, like we are smoking. I'm telling him this story, say, man, after I got released from prison, the plasma was stolen next door, and it's my neighbors, and then they think it's me. Have you ever seen a person selling a plasma? He tells me, yes, I've seen that person selling a plasma last week. Yes, it was last week. Who was it? This kind of person. Really? And you know what this kind of person did? He sold it to this kind of person. Wow, that's great. I go to the police station. I'm looking for who? For that inspector who has that case. Inspector, I found the guy who stole a plasma. Really, who is it? A certain person. Let's go to a certain person. We are looking for that certain person. We don't find that certain person. But I know where did that certain person
sell it.
We went to that buyer. As we enter, there's the plasma on the wall. That investigating officer can see that plasma. I even said, that's the plasma that my neighbors are looking for. There is it there. But that person we're looking for, he's not around. Guess what happens? That person is no longer wanted. They don't do follow-ups. And then you know what the police told me? They told me to stay away from the matters they don't want me, because sometimes I'm going to get myself killed. Remember, I'm trying to help and I'm trying to prove my innocence. But that's what I get from the private investigator who is in charge of that case by that time.
So, but basically, because of your track record of stealing even from home, because you only spoke about stealing from home. Now, even on things that you didn't do, people are you're gonna be the suspect because you are notorious for taking mama's things.
And remember, once you are an addict, once you smoke Nyaope, you are always a suspect. Regardless who you are, once you start smoking Nyaope, you are always a suspect. Guess what happens? After 2 weeks, remember, I'm no longer staying at home. Remember, I told you. I'm waiting for my mother at a certain corner. I know whenever she goes to work, she's going to pass here. While I'm waiting, I think I'm telling myself, you know what, let me just not wait. Let me just stretching up my legs, go up and go down a little bit. Because I know by 7 o'clock, she will pass. And right now it's still early, 6:30. Let me just do a few walks. While I'm going up and down, up and down, up and down, okay, somebody sees me, I'm going up and down, up and down. And then a person from that street that I was doing up and down gets robbed. They steal his plasma as well.
Yo.
And this other person says, you know who I saw? I saw Joseph going up and down. By the time Joseph was going up and down, probably he was looking if anybody sees him or if he's waiting for the right chance to enter the premises and steal whatever he stole. Man, I'm sure it's Joseph. Like, I'm surprised people come to me, hey man, this guy is looking for you. They call him Spoo, that guy. Hey man, Spoo is looking for you. Spoo, the Mini Cooper. Yeah, Spoo is looking for you. Okay, Spoo, why is Spoo looking for me? Like, I'm not panicking. I've done nothing wrong. By that time, Spoo comes. They just told him, they just directed him, okay, Joseph just went down the street. You'll find him now. Spoo comes with that Mini Cooper of his. Hey, come here, Joseph. Like me, like, Spoo, what's going on? You think you can come at my yard and break in and steal from me? No, Spoo, it's a misunderstanding. I didn't steal from you. Like, now I see, if I'm going to explain here, I'm going to explain, and I'm going to explain while I am getting beaten. And this person, he's so angry. You can see, like, if he touches me, whatever I'm going to say to him will never work. Whatever I'm going to say to him will never work. So you know what I'm doing? I run away. He chases me. And then after running away, you know what, I didn't take your belongings, man. I didn't steal from, I started swearing at him.
Yo.
Like, I'm also like fed up as well. Okay. By doing so, back opposite where I used to stay, it was a surgery. Now that surgery has been abandoned. That's where I sleep now. And remember, everybody in my community, I know them in and out. I know who's Prophet Maggie. I know where she stays. I know what time she goes to work. I know what time she comes back. I know everything. Remember, now I'm hooked now. Now I can do it. Now they've been claiming that I've been stealing from them while I was not. Now I'm starting to steal from them.
Oh, so now you started doing it for real, because previously you were only doing it for mama.
Yeah, previously I was doing it for mama. And by that time, the only thing that I was doing was a robbery. I was robbing people by that time. That's how I used to smoke. Robbery. If I'm not doing robbery, I was gambling. Then if I was not gambling, I was selling ice, cool times. Then if I'm not doing those things, then probably maybe there's no plan for me. That's when I started doing what? Stealing for real from my neighbors.
From your neighbors.
And remember, I'm not stealing inside their premises, inside the house. I'm stealing inside the yard. I know, okay, he's a plumber, he's an electrician. If I go to his house, I know I'll find maybe the brass taps, what. And there's this certain guy named, when I wake up in the morning, his wall is this high. I jumped at his wall. The windows are open. Through his room divider, on his room divider, it's alcohol.
Yo.
Johnny Walker, 4th Street. I managed to take all that alcohol, put it in the bag, went at the back of his yard, took the taps, took the wiring, took everything, took the grinding machine, took the drilling machine. For me, I'm going to smoke. And remember, in my township, we used to have that thing. If you don't have money to smoke, like you are going to crack, and like people will enjoy like seeing you like crack, like
sure, and they will laugh at you.
They'll laugh at you.
The very same ones that you are hanging around.
All of them. He doesn't know how to hustle, this one.
Yo.
Yeah, he's such a useless guy, man. He doesn't know how to hustle. Yeah, living like that. Are we fools when we go and hustle? Are you hustling for him? Like, no, like it's all about proving to one another that I know how to hustle.
That you are the man.
I'm the man.
So what happened to the things that you took from
I took those things. Remember, I told you like there was a certain place that I used to work for, the one that the people that are
the roofs.
The roofs. So I'm selling these drilling machines and these grinders to them. They give me money, and I'm selling this alcohol to certain people. By that time, probably I have plus minus 700. Ne? And remember,
wait, everything you sold gave you around 700.
Yeah, everything remember, it's a grinder.
Yo,
it's a drilling machine. It's another. Don't remember that machine, but it was 3 machines plus this alcohol. All of those things gave me 700. And on the other side, I still have taps. I still have the wiring that I'm going to burn and make it a copper and sell it at the scrapyard. For me, 700 is a lot of money for a person who is under the influence of Nyaope. Now, afterwards, guess what I'm doing? It's in the morning. Everything, around 10, I've sold everything. Everything's been sold. Now, I am going to prove myself that I know how to hustle, and I can hustle more than you guys. I buy 2 Red Bulls, buy fat cakes, chill at the corner, grab my smokes here, and smoke. Everybody, Nyaope like makes you sleep, ne? 12 o'clock, this guy is sleeping. How many packs did he smoke? Where did he get the money? If people see you smoking, like sleeping like this, they know, okay, this one has smoked a lot. Now they knew that, okay, this guy has smoked a lot today. He has the money. Where did he take the money? That's the question circulating, the question that they're asking themselves. Now I'm doing things alone. I don't like to do things with somebody else, because they'll get me into trouble. So I'm done at this house. I'm at the other house now, next door. I'm entering that house. I'm looking. Same house. That guy was a traffic cop, ne?
You don't even care.
I don't even care. He was a traffic cop, that guy. So there was there a storeroom. I went to that storeroom. I found a grinder in that storeroom. I took that grinder, and there were so many T-shirts of Adidas. They would have price tag. Remember, this guy is a JMPD. Remember those JMPDs back then? They used to, if they found you maybe selling fake clothes, they would take it, and maybe take it maybe to the offices. Some of them will take it for themselves. I'll also take those T-shirts and sell them, all of them, at the hostel, because it's an Adidas, remember. Chelsea T-shirts. By that time, Bafana was sponsoring by Adidas. Liverpool T-shirts, Orlando Pirates. I had so many soccer T-shirts, and I would sell. And there's this other one lady who sees me doing everything from this yard to this yard. On the 13th of February, that lady's sister is making a Valentine's bride. He calls me and my friend to come and assist him. We assist him. After that, that lady says, thank you. You come tomorrow and I'll give you alcohol. I'm having a bride and give you food. I'm like, damn, alcohol, like, why doesn't she make something now? And that lady, it's next door to where I'm sleeping, that surgery. I'm sleeping at the surgery. That lady stays next door. Guess what happens? In the morning, she hangs her techies, brand new techies, all stars. She hangs them. I just woke up. After waking up, I see those techies, jump the wall, grab those techies, grab those shoelaces. I went and sold those techies, 60 rand.
Yo.
Because they were wet. And the buyer didn't want the techies because they are wet. And I couldn't wait for them to get dry. I sold it. That lady, she is going to look for techies that are not there. Then this lady, the community, Joseph. This lady, remember, doesn't know me by Joseph. She came to visit her sister, but she saw everything. Now they are looking for Joseph. They grabbed Joseph. Here's Joseph. We have him.
So the community apprehended you. They got hold of you.
After getting hold of me, I deny everything. It's not me. Then the lady, oh, this is Joseph. I've seen him enter this house. I've seen him.
Oh, now she's telling people.
She hasn't. Because it's a mess. Like, everybody's coming. She doesn't have a chance to say something. Now this lady, the owner, calls me and says, you know what? I won't judge you. I know your condition. I know you took my shoes. Tell me, did you really take them? I said, yes, I took them. But for me to get those shoes, you are going to be needed. That lady said, no, go and take my shoes. I need to tell her, for me, in order to get those shoes, we need money to bail them.
She must buy her shoes back.
She must buy her shoes back, but she doesn't give me a chance to explain. The only thing that she wanted to share was saying, I took those shoes. And she can't leave her house because of what? She's accommodating people. We left. After I left, that's when I ran away. I ran away. I'm no longer going back at home because I'm most wanted. While I'm in hostel, certain guys will tell me, hey man, there's this other traffic guy. He's looking for you so bad, man. And this traffic guy...
The one that you stole the things from.
Yeah, the one I stole things from. That lady, she managed to get a chance and tell these people and tell the community, it is Joseph. Because I saw him do this and this on this certain day. And these people, when they check, there are things that this lady is telling them about, they are really gone. And this one also, when he looks at his things, some of them are missing. And they say it's Joseph. And this one really, really saw me. This guy wants me. Now he won't tell the people that I took the grinding machine and took the T-shirts. You know what he says? I took a gun. And that gun, it's needed. It's for work.
Yo.
And he even offers to reward 1,000 to the people.
Yo.
People know that, hey, you have a gun, Joseph. We know you have a gun. For them, it's good news. Because if Joseph has a gun, we are going to hustle. Some of them, that week, I would smoke and smoke and smoke and smoke for free without hustling. Everybody would do things for me because they only knew that I had a gun. But I ended up getting tired of this lifestyle of running away, of this lifestyle not sleeping at home. I ended up getting tired to that extent. And you know what? I want to call it quits.
This is what now you decided on your own.
Yeah, this is now me, myself, and I need to call it quits. I'm crying now. And by that time, I remember it was raining and I'm crying like now, like I miss home. I miss my own bed. Like I miss so many things. I miss my life back. When I see certain people at my age excel with their life, I become so angry at myself. You know what? I'm the one who was supposed to go that journey as well. I need to call it quits right now. But how I am going, the how part, I'm crying by that time. I'm crying by that time.
And where are you at that time?
By that time, I'm in Kagiso. Now I'm going.
Kagiso, there by your dads.
No, remember, Kagiso, that's where my mom stays.
Oh, okay, yes.
Protea, that's where my dad used to stay. And in Protea, what happened? My mother.
It's rented out.
It's rented out. Damn, I'm crying to myself. But even though I'm crying, that demon reminds me, hey, man, don't forget
we still have to feed.
You still have to feed me.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping at this certain church at Grace.
Are they aware?
They are not aware. They only became aware after stealing from them.
Loena, they are, unawarely accommodating you, giving you a place to sleep. Then you're still there as well. Now, where are you going to sleep?
Remember, I'm only doing this because if I don't do this in the morning, the pains and Kamolorking, like there are certain places that I cannot go to. So I have to make sure if I steal at night, I'm going to sell in the morning. And when I sell in the morning, I have to make sure whatever I sell have to give me a lot of money so that that money can last me the whole day. That's how I live. I steal the paints from that church. I steal everything. Having a buyer, remember this 4 paints I cannot carry on my own. I'm going to get a bin from a buyer. The buyer says, okay, go and get those paints. And then this friend of mine comes with me. I give them the story, like I went to steal certain paints. Where? Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Nobody saw you. Nobody saw me. Relax. While we're putting those paints in the bin, there are some caretakers. It's a church and it's a church. So the caretakers of this other church are looking everything that I'm doing. And then he calls his friend. Those guys, they stole the paints at that church. Let us leave them. We'll catch them there. While we were going to the buyer, these people come. Hey guys, this is our paints. Why are you taking them? Oh, this is your paints. Remember the way they are dressed up. They wear work suits, and some of those work suits are dirty and they have paints as well. So I'm thinking, okay, they know their things. They are working with these things. No, we were going just to find ourselves something. So we found this paint. So we took them because we found them then. Throwing away. No, it was not throwing away. No, we didn't take them there. No, take your pens. Take your pens. We are going. Guess what happens? A police van that was patrolling was stopped. That's the evidence. We got ourselves into that van. After getting ourselves into that van, remember, the guy that I'm with was not there. He was just going with me because I told him I had a plan. Now we are caught both of us, and whatever that I'm going through is also going through. He asked me what happened, give him the whole story. I gave him the whole story. I went to that place and stole, I opened that window, so. Only to find out those people are not the people who are working with these pains. I guess now the police are here like that. The caretaker of that church comes and, this is our pains. Yeah. They're going to open a case. And now I finally hear this guy says, you know what? I have these people. After hearing a noise, I knew that these people are going to do something. Then I finally saw them put the paints in their bin. Kante, that's when that guy says, I was drinking coffee. While I'm drinking coffee, I managed to call this guy, hey, come and see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this guy, he lied to us when he says the paints are his and he's using them because they're painting that church, they're renovating. No, he only saw me from another angle. Now we are arrested. And then we went to court. While we were at court, like me and my friend, like we told ourselves, you know what, we want to get ourselves rehabilitated. Let's use this opportunity. We're going to plead guilty. You know what happened when we got to court? We pleaded guilty. The prosecutor and the lawyer asked us, are you sure about this? Yeah, we are sure. We did do this. Because the owner of the court is in leave.
Of the court or the church?
Of the court.
The court,
the judge.
Oh, the judge, yes.
The one who is here is going to sentence you. Because you guys show us remorse and like you don't waste the court's time, we'll make something for you. But I need to call you regularly to buy some time until the real judge comes back. Okay, no problem. And I'm going to chase these people away. The police and the guys that says they saw you. I'm going to chase them away because we no longer need them because you said already did these things. Okay, it's fine. By the time the judge returns, you know what happened? Our case was no longer housebreaking and theft. We stayed in prison, probably it was June, July, August, September, we were released on free bail. And you know what happened? That made me more aggressive.
Sure. So you got worse in terms of the stealing. You got worse.
It became even worse. And remember, those guys in my community haven't forgotten what I've done. They still want me.
But is there a point where now they ended up getting hold of you, the community that was looking for you?
Oh, they didn't get hold of me. I ended up I ended up robbing someone. After robbing that person, that person knows me. The other day, I'm passing on his street. He's with his brothers. I robbed this person while he was going to school on a Wednesday. On Saturday, I don't know where he stays. On a Wednesday, I robbed him on a Wednesday. On a Saturday, I'm passing on his streets. He's there. His brothers, the community are there. That's the only community that managed to get hold of me because he told his brothers and his brothers managed to stop me. The kids are going to school and when you are robbing them, that's when I got the beating.
So the community, the mob justice now.
Beat at me. I managed to run away. After running away, I told myself, I'm not going to survive here. I'm moving to Soweto. That's when I moved to Soweto. That's when my parents, my mother and my family sat together and made a plan for me to get help.
Okay, but then your mother, from your mother's side, do you have other siblings?
Yeah, I have a sister.
Oh, okay.
And she's married.
And how did this affect her?
And my sister, you remember, she's married, ne? She has her own place. She's a nurse. Some of the neighbors are her colleagues as well.
Sure. So some of the people you stole from?
Not some of them. They're
but basically they know you.
They know me.
Sure.
every time when she goes to work, they'll give him a different story. Your brother did this, your brother did this, your brother did, and like she would she would be ashamed. Like that thing like made her dignity like
very true. Very true. It affects your esteem, your dignity.
Like, and Gamo, my mother's complaining like it's too much for them.
It is. I want us to get to the point where now there is a turnaround. How did that happen? How did it even start?
Pella, I remember now, like, I'm tired of this lifestyle. And while I'm in Soweto as well, like, I'm thinking now, if I don't change, that lifestyle is in me. I'm going to live this lifestyle while I'm in this place, and the mob will kill me. So my parents made their plans with my sisters, my cousins, my aunties. They were all involved. From my mother's side. From my father's side, nobody is involved. Because of why? I didn't have much communication with them due to the behavior that I was in. And they're also worried, like, it's been a while. We haven't seen Joseph. Like, where is he? Like, what's happening? Those kind of things. Until my mother says, I'm taking you to a rehab. Like, I'm asking my mother, like, okay, which rehab are we going? By that time, we are going. That rehab, it's not a rehab, it's in such, it's a church. You're taking me to a church? Like, come on, like, are you serious? Like, I thought maybe you are taking me to a rehab. Like, the church that I'm going to, like, I heard bad stories about it from different people. Because that church, they call it Church of Chains. It's where they're going to tie my legs with a chain after time.
Is it the one in Hebron?
The one in Hebron.
I've
heard. It's the one
I have heard. I don't want you to mention the name though. But I have heard about it. Hence, I told you that is it the one in Hebron.
The one in Hebron.
So they came all the way from Soweto and Kagiso to Hebron. How did
No. For me to get to Hebron, they took me there. There's this other cousin of mine, which I don't know. I started to meet him through that mess that I was in. He's my long distance cousin. He's from Mabopane. He's a man. Even today, he's a man. Like, he's the one who motivates my mother. He's the one who motivates my cousins, my aunties. Like,
he's this like influencer.
Yeah, he's an influencer. Like, if you see me all right, it means he's going to be also all right. Okay, we are going in Hebron. Like, even the word Hebron, like, I'm thinking like we are going to a suburb. Like, you know, the word Hebron.
You know, I was saying to Dr. Mpopalat when we had a podcast with her in one of the episodes to say, we coming from Hebron. My home is Hebron. Then when you mention the name Hebron, everybody is thinking of a suburb with triple stories. And
I'm also thinking like, okay, we are going at a suburb.
Yes.
Even like, okay, my mother drops me with my auntie. My auntie, like, because she stays in Mabopane and she attends church in Hebron, she's the one who's going to take me there.
Oh, so you were dropped at Mabopane. So you're seeing the street lights and the tar roads and you think, Hebron is like that.
No, I was dropped in Florida.
Oh, okay.
That's where I met my cousin in Florida. And I also met my cousin in Florida and her auntie as well. Afterwards, guess what happened? We are going to Hebron. While we are going to Hebron, like, I'm expecting a suburb.
Yes.
Until we enter, they say we have arrived. When they say we have arrived, I say, we have arrived here. They say, this
there's
is the
rocks, there's trees, there's shacks.
Like you must say,
it's actually a level lower than your normal kasi, your usual kasi.
And then I'm like, okay. Okay, it's fine. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. The chain part, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, they didn't disclose.
Yeah, the chain part, I don't know. Here's a box of matches. I have cigarettes with me. They tell me, okay, this is no smoking. We don't smoke. They take those cigarettes. They take that matches. We go to a certain room. Then after going to that certain room, I sit on a chair. After sitting on a chair, there's a guy who's sleeping here. This guy, he's sleeping. You know what they managed to do? They managed to give him a blanket so that when I get inside, I must not see those chains on his legs.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm sitting like this. Oh, car chain. Like, guys, what's happening? No, you know the addiction of Nyaope. It will make you to run away because it will make you to do certain things that you are not willing to do. So here we are trying to help you. I'm full of anger now, but they said they want to take me to rehab. What kind of a rehab is this while I'm chained? Wow. And then I remember this day, the prophet of that church came and okay, I'm taking these kids to Mpumalanga. We are going to Mpumalanga. There's a branch there. While we are going to Mpumalanga, he changes his mind. He takes me to Silvercrans Klopwe.
So he's taking you alone?
No, there's 11 of us.
Oh, 11 of you. Okay.
Yes.
But when you are traveling with him, are you chained or?
I'm still chained.
And the others also?
We are chained, all of us. Then we get them in Silvercrans Klopwe. Then first Sunday, it was on Saturday when we left. We left around 4-5. Remember, we were going to Mpumalanga. So the direction changed. We went to Silvercrans Klopwe. While we're at Silvercrans Klopwe, I'm telling myself, you know what? After they take out these chains off my legs, I'm running away here.
And that was after how many days?
7 days. We went to, it's 7 days. I stayed in Hebron for 7 days because I came there on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday, we went to Klopwe in Silvercrans. And then I told myself, you know what I'm going to do? By the time they unchain these chains in my legs, I'm going to run away. Gosh, first Sunday, it was a church service. My spiritual father, I remember very well that day when he says, you see that chain in your legs? It's nothing. Here, we came to break the chain that's inside you. Because you were chained in your soul to show that you were chained by this monster, by this demon. You couldn't bath. And then that's when everything reflected to me and said, it's true, because when you open my room, here's the bathroom, but I didn't bath because to show I was really chained. Whatever he said made really sense to me. And then I started paying much attention. I wanted to hear where he is going. And then he's like, I was also an addict.
Okay. I
also smoked, but the turnaround that you see me in was not turned by my parents. This turnaround was chosen for me by God. I'm a living testimony right now. That's when, you know what I'm doing now? I'm opening the ears. And now I'm starting to pay more attention. Now the appetite of running away, you know what does it do? It runs away. Now the demon, it's been challenged. Now I'm starting to hear what? I'm starting to hear the gospel songs. Everywhere you go, this generation, they are preaching everywhere. They are preaching. And remember, I've arrived when? On Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They give us the platform. We have to stand up and say, hi, my name is Joseph. I come from Krugersdorp. I was a Nyaope addict. I would like to change my lifestyle. By doing so, I was not realizing by talking, by coughing out, there's something that I am releasing inside, and there's something that I'm going to get as well. I'm releasing the bad habit and I'm receiving the good habit from Jesus. Everything starts to make sense. Like wherever I go, I'm associating myself with the ones that are recovered and are willing to change.
And what year was that?
2015.
15, okay.
Oh, like for me, like it was the best experience for me because I've been to rehab, I've been to prison, but this experience that I'm experiencing right now, I've never experienced it. And after Wednesday, on Thursday, those chains that I was praying for to get out of my legs, they only tied me in Silver Crowns for 7 days after they took out those chains.
So 7 days in Hebron, 7 days in Silver Crowns.
Yeah.
But then how are you feeling in your body?
The Nyaope, the crack, I'm no longer feeling it. Ne? It's no longer in the system. It's in the mind.
Okay.
It's in the heart. Now, that's when the preaching starts to intervene. The preaching that I got was challenging the mind, was challenging the heart.
It was more like therapeutic. It was therapy for you in a sense.
It was a therapy, but for me, like it was more than just a therapy. It was more because for me, for me to experience what I was experiencing, I wanted to be happy. I thought material things makes me happy. Remember from the background, from where I come from, my dad used to spoil me with material things. So that's what I thought makes me really happy. Not knowing the material things don't make me happy. Not knowing having money will make me happy. Remember, I was looking for something to close a gap. There was a gap open here for me. And that gap, I thought maybe it needed the material things, it needed money, I didn't need no things. For me to become a gangster, I was becoming a gangster because I was telling myself, I need to close this gap. Maybe this gangsterism will close this gap. Maybe this heroin will close this gap. Maybe knowing prison will close this gap. Not knowing I'm looking at the wrong directions.
Yes.
And not knowing that the only thing that will close this gap is the Holy Spirit. And remember, everything made sense to me. Even after they untie those chains, like the appetite of running away, it's no longer there. I made a choice to myself, you know what? I'm becoming a better person now. Whatever I am doing it for myself.
Yes.
I lost my mom while she's alive.
Sure, yeah.
But she's still alive, but I lost her. It was very painful knowing that I have a mother, which I've already lost. I have a sister, which I've already lost. Like you saying, I have something, but those things don't belong to you. Because by that time, whatever that I touched didn't belong to me. Nyaope was the drug that belonged to me.
At that time.
At that time.
So it's been 9 years now since you are clean.
It's been 9 full years. And like even today, I don't drink, I don't smoke because I love this journey. Even today, I'm still connected with the people from church. I communicate with them each and every day. I go to church each and every day.
And where are your friends, those former friends who actually got you hooked into these things? Are you guys still communicating? And are they still in that lifestyle?
They are still in that lifestyle. They're still in that lifestyle because, I really like they saw me, they know me. For them to see me, for them it's their choice because I made my choice that I want to change. If you see me that I have changed and you want to change, you will come to me and ask me, man, how did you do it?
Yes, true. No, very, very true.
So sometimes we as people, we need to stop pointing fingers and start to take responsibilities
and take ownership. Actually.
And take ownership because sometimes I was blaming myself, I'm like this because of my dad spoiled me and left me. I was blaming people for my mistakes. I was never the one to be blamed. And I didn't have that thing to listen, to obey to my parents while I still had a chance. Because my mother, the journey that I was going through, she knew where it will end up. And she advised me. She talked to me. But did I listen? No, I didn't listen. But the very same person who talked to me never lost hope in me. And she even prayed. She, she would tell me even now, we would sit down and talk about these things. She would tell me I remember while I was in church, she's also a church goer, and in her church she helps people, and people discriminate her. She's helping people, but she cannot help her own child.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine helping people, but you cannot help your own child. Help your own child first, then
you come to us.
You'll come to us.
Yes.
And you know what that will do to her? It will
really break her heart.
But not knowing, it's also her challenge. The devil is in every corner. Sometimes if you don't put God first in your life, you'll end up looking for something that will console you.
Yes, no, very, very true. I want us to wrap it now. I want you to tell me to do two things. Tell me about your organization that you're doing to help, more like giving back towards those who are hooked up into this.
Okay, for right now, to be quite honest with you, I've opened a company. It's called Shinta Clever.
Shinta Clever, as in it's a non-government organization.
It's a private.
It's
a private organization. Due to looking that organization, it's under deregistration now because of what happened in the COVID-19, and I didn't have funds enough to fund it well. You see, because there were some annual returns that I needed to do in order for the company to be well. So through the COVID-19, everything stopped. So for now, to be honest with you, I'm still under the church, the apostolic no smoking. That's where sometimes the people who are hooked, I usually
you refer them
I refer them there. And sometimes I usually find myself going maybe to schools. So when I go to school, I'm not there as Shinta Clever, because right now we can talk about my company. Then when you Google it, you find that
Okay. So you go as an individual, more as a
volunteer,
testimony,
and That's what I usually do. I go as a volunteer, and I go there as a person who volunteers and who's giving a living testimony.
Yes. So on social media, how do people get hold of you?
On social media, I've got a Facebook page.
Okay.
It's called Shinta Clever Shinta. Instagram.
Can you spell Shinta?
Is SHENTA.
Okay.
And Shinta Kere, it's the name that comes from a township via Etsotsital. Shinta means yegela, leave. So for me to come up with that name, I realized, you know what, I'm going to use Shinta Clever, because Shinta Clever, it's a company that does not work basically on substance abuse as well. Because there are because as you said, I'm still interested in that part of the demon, because we fight the demon in different ways. Some maybe have low self-esteem. Some find themselves being discouraged and discriminated. And those words that they get when they're discriminated, makes them to have low self-esteem and not want to go forward. So that's when I come,
motivating kind of.
Leave the self-esteem, leave the discouragement, words that you get, you see. That's when I speak to people randomly. I don't deal with one topic.
Yes.
I deal with so many topics that we find ourselves. Yeah.
Yes, no, it makes sense. So you're only on Facebook? Is it only Facebook?
I'm also in Instagram. It's called Shinta Clever.
Oh, okay.
And then I've got a WhatsApp number. That's where I talk to people who are interested in knowing more
let's give out. You want to give out your number for people who want to reach you through?
Okay,
I think while you're doing that, I want you to look at that camera, and while you're giving your number, also talk to someone who, or even a parent, anyone who's probably hooked up in the substance abuse, or anyone who's got someone close to them, they're probably losing hope. Maybe 2 minutes, kind of a motivation to somebody out there.
Okay, I can do that. Okay, my Facebook, my WhatsApp numbers are 079 715 0893. 079 715 0893. And now we go into that part of being an addict. And we go into that part of how parents, for parents, it's not easy to have an addict at home. But the main thing is never, 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 never lose hope. And to the person who's also addicted in drugs, it's never, 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 never too late to quit drugs. But the main thing, you have to be sure about your story. If you are willing to quit, you have to fight, because this is a war. You cannot say, I want to quit and they just relax. You have to fight. You have to ask for assistance. And the people that are going to assist you, you have to meet them halfway. And the halfway that you are going to meet them, it's not by giving them money or giving them something. It's by repenting. It's by quitting whatever made you to be who you are at the present moment. And to the parents as well, don't judge. Because we as a community, we have this intention of judging, and we have this intention of not coming out to people. Like, if I go to Prophet Maggie and ask for assistance, how will Prophet Maggie take me? If I go to Joseph and tell him maybe my problems, what if Joseph will take my problems and go and laugh about me to other people? No. When you cough out, that's where you heal. Because if you store so many things inside you, that's when you get diseases like stroke, you get high blood, but if you cough out, if you talk, you're actually like relieving yourself from this monster. Because once this monster captures you, for you to get out, it's going to be a problem. So talking, I really like coughing out is the best way. The best way to do things is to cough out. It's to cough out. That's the one part I like about coughing out.
Yes.
And to anybody who is hooked, don't be afraid also to cough out and be sure about your story. Because this monster, this demon, it only came to your life to destroy you. There is a certain thing that God has given you, and the devil doesn't want you to use what God has given you. So we don't have to let the devil take our dreams. We have to fight. This is a journey.
Yes.
Prophet Maggie, I usually tell people, some people, I can look at you now and say, okay, this is Prophet Maggie. She's living a good lifestyle, a good, healthy lifestyle. She's fine. But not knowing what challenges you have and how you face them. You are also human. You do have challenges and you face them and you overcome them. How do you overcome them? You invite God in your space of time. You invite God in your life. That's how you overcome your challenges. By talking, that's how you overcome your life. Because some will say, what does Prophet Maggie know? What does she know? Because she's never been in the situation that I'm in. But not knowing, there are certain things maybe God has given you to give me. Bella, God can give you 2 words to give to Joseph. And those words maybe can help him in the future.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's
thank you so much, my brother. It is a beautiful story, I must say.
Okay.
It is a beautiful story, and I know Mama has healed.
Very much.
Look, scars will be there, but you know what? We are not our scars. And it's a beautiful story that I know that there's a lot of mothers who are going to relate to what you were doing, what your mother was going through. But this story is actually saying to people, there is still hope. Thank you so much for really coming and sitting down with us and really sharing your beautiful story. And I know that there's still going to be testimonies. And the testimonies are not only going to be from your side, but somebody out there is going to watch this and they are going to realize that if he could do it, so can I. So this is Masterminds of Influence, and my guest today is Joseph Morailane, and thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, remember to contact us, give us your story, or refer somebody to us. Thank you. God bless you. Until next time.